This is black mold, and we're gonna bake this into a cake. Yeah, maybe the mold overlords are taking over. You know that black mold that grows in dark, damp places in your house? That's called Stachybotrys chartarum. It's been linked with coughing, shortness of breath, headaches, fatigue, even cognitive impairments from just, breathing it in. So here we are gonna bake some cake with some black mold to see if it tastes good. This has been soaking overnight. We're gonna steam this instead of using the rice cooker because steaming actually prevents the rice from sticking together, so then the mold has room to grow. After we steam it, we gotta let this cool down a little bit so the mold doesn't die from the heat. We're gonna put some black mold on it and then put it into the incubator at 90 Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius for 2 days. Penicillin, the antibiotic that actually saves millions every year, is made from a mold, along with some of the tastiest foods. Even ramen has mold in it, from miso. Molds that make food tasty transform the food from like the bigger compounds into the smaller, tastier compounds, but those are also in other videos. Those molds are typically white, green, sometimes yellow. Oh, that is black. Yeah, this looks pretty cursed. Huh. This has an interesting smell. It doesn't smell that bad. It smells a little bit kind of like a lime. Whoa, you can see all these like little fuzzy spores in this. It's kind of crazy. Am I gonna get cognitive impairments from this? Maybe I'm already cognitively impaired. So we're actually gonna take this mold and mix it into some cheese. The FDA usually says leave food out for about 2 hours. We're gonna leave this out for about 5 days. Yeah, this mold you can get drunk off of. Okay, the mold I'm using today is actually called Aspergillus lucensis. Lucensis? I don't know if I'm saying that right. They all sound like dinosaur names to me. Well, actually it's used to bake up a special type of sake. Even the guy that I bought it from was very confused on what I was using it for. Hello again, sir. Thank you for sharing, but I've never seen this. The purpose of this sounds very interesting and too unusual. This black mold is quite unique. Instead of breaking starches and proteins into smaller compounds that are tasty like sugars and amino acid, it actually does something a little bit crazier. This mold breaks down food into, the stuff that makes limes sour. Fun fact, a lot of powdered citric acid actually comes from mold. And the color of mold doesn't really matter. Toxic mold can come in colors of the rainbow, along with edible molds. So you could eat black molds, you could also die from black molds. But this is not a message to go out and eat black mold just because a random person on the internet is doing that. Do not do that. Absolutely do not. Still not safe. So the citric acid that's produced from the mold actually helps preserve the food a little bit and prevents other molds from growing. That's why we can let the cheese sit out for like 5 days and it's generally okay. Okay, it's been 5 days. Time to make something edible.
It won't take streets paved with gold.
Oh.
For a place where we all can grow old.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason why we're afraid of black mold. Fear is valid. It protects us from, dying, but sometimes it holds us back from asking for help, calling someone that you miss, chasing our dreams.
In this city, there'll be no broken hearts. In this city.
We're eating a cake made with mold. The cheese smell is very, very strong in this. Whoa. That is the cheesiest cheesecake I've ever had. It actually almost tastes like blue cheese. And maybe a little bit too much salt. Maybe I should have 50-50 the black mold cheese with cream cheese because this is really salty. Usually you would put like a little bit of lemon juice for the cheesecake, but I didn't even need to do that because of the citric acid made from the mold. The texture is still light. Oh, but this is so cool that it tastes like this. I did not expect that. I thought this would taste horrible, But it ended up tasting really crazy. Of course, it's not perfect, and there's ways to make it better. But for a first try, that's so cool. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.